One thing I've known from playing this myself is that it's quite a metal-heavy map. Both of these mex points are all 2.2, which is definitely enough metal to start vehicle if you wanted to. But you'll notice that also the spawn points aren't equal. One of these guys is going to be starting with only 2 mechs. Another thing is the resting wind. The lowest that wind can possibly go on this map is 12, which is a huge amount of energy. So I don't think anyone will build any solar on this map whatsoever, because it's a waste. There's no point.
So we have PtaQ in the bottom corner going Armada and going for a very early bot lab before building any mexes whatsoever. I suspect a very aggressive game there. In the opposite corner, we have Goopy, also going Armada, planning on going with bots, but has decided to build up his eco first. So he's got quite a long build queue there. I say 2 wind, 2 mexes, and then a bot lab. Teddy is still undecided which of the labs he's going for. No, he's going to go bots. He's playing Armada. And then we have MasteBel, who's also gone Armada and also going bots. So he's gone bots quite early as well. I think PtaQ is going to be the first. Oh, PtaQ's already first one out. Fleas are investigating the area, and they might get some lucky pickoffs.
So I think we can expect some factory switches in this game. It really wouldn't surprise me. We're also seeing here that PtaQ's just managed to kill 1 mex and 4 wins, which is not bad for 3 fleas. Definitely paid for their cost.
I'd definitely take that trade any day. I think PtaQ will be very happy with that outcome as well.
One thing that we are seeing in this round, we didn't see in last round, is each of the teams are sharing resources with each other, which definitely none of them did it last round. But because of obviously the huge amount of wind that you can get on this map, it's quite useful to just send some to your teammate when they need them.
The part I find interesting is that no one makes use of the auto share feature. So if you drag the red pip on the energy slider down, it will automatically overflow to your ally, rather than you having to spend valuable time moving your mouse to the bottom right, dragging the slider and sharing it with them every time they need it. That's a feature I've not seen many people make use of before. I'll be interested to see if that starts changing at some point.
A few peewees in the north chasing off a load of fleas, stopping Teddy from securing the northern area, which is probably an important area for him to expand to.
What I find interesting is, although map control's a bit iffy right now because everyone's still with raiders, then there's no defenses put up, but right now it does look like Master and Goopy definitely have the terrain advantage so far. Master's actually moving down to his bottom mexes, which obviously the other team still hasn't done anything like that yet. PtaQ looks like he's just starting to leave his base now, with the idea to move to that bottom island.
That's a good play. Ooh, big engagement here, just near Teddy. Lots of early game aggression. I love seeing that. We're expecting there to be a lot of contention for resources in and around the 2 middle hills in this kind of match.
In my experience playing this map, people don't actually tend to hold the middle area too much. There's a lot of eco on the north and the south islands, so having control of those is more important than the middle hills.
Completely agree. It's worth bearing in mind that though there are 2 geothermals, wind on this map is so high, the geothermals are for the most part not worth it, and they're in an incredibly vulnerable position. If you can hold those 2 geothermals, you've probably won the game already, so why waste time building a geothermal at that stage?
Win more! MasteBel
exactly.
being closed in.
But yes, winning more is always good, but if you don't close out the game might get closed out on you instead.
Absolutely. These are professionals, so they're not going to go to excess.
No.
So one thing here is Taku's just thrown away all of his units now. He currently has 0 combat units. Whereas obviously Master and Goopy are still quite, full of units.
Mm.
Oh. Goopy going for the Northern Hill. One thing I would like to point out, it's quite a fairly recent addition here. Is like around the geothermal points, we've now got this lovely animation that's been put in recently to show you clearly where it is without you having to press F4 to show where the metal points are and the geothermal points. I think it's an absolutely fantastic addition. They're really good and they're a big help.
I think it highlights the value of suggestions from people who are new to the game and maybe experienced in RTSs and think, oh, this has obviously been thought of before, I'm not going to say anything. No, this person, it was Marshall who suggested it. He said, I don't think, I find this difficult, and he posted a suggestion, and it got changed because all the experienced players were so used to it, we didn't even think about it. So for any newer players watching, if you find something out of place or slightly off, please do let us know, and we'll do our best to fix it and improve it.
Yeah, experienced players tend to be good at accepting things as they are.
Not to mention hating change.
Yeah.
So, just one thing to note here is that Teddy currently has 2 nanos that mostly assist in his factory, whereas pretty much everyone else only has 1 nano / engineer assisting factory. So Teddy's pumping out a lot of units here. Master's getting himself caught on this hill.
Yeah, he's going to be a bit trapped there. It's not easy to get off that.
He's trapped there, but he's got a lot of units around him, so I wouldn't say that he's trapped there.
Goopy's on his own, though, with no units to assist him.
Yeah, now that, he could be trapped there if he's not careful.
He's getting rockoed as well.
Yeah, he's going to have to give up that position or lose his commander.
Yeah.
Master's comm exposed again. Plenty of units there.
That might have been bait.
That's true.
So many units around him, he's completely unexposed, but Teddy may not have been able to see those extra units, and MasteBel was hoping to bait them out.
Speaking of exposed, TaQ's commander slowly walking towards the enemy base down the bottom here, building LLTs as he goes.
He's playing a version of SimCity. Everyone else is playing Bar, and he's on SimCity.
He's got this lovely strategy. He's going to sneak up behind you, and then you realise that he's built his base around your base.
Yeah.
When did that happen? Oh, it's because Teddy was spamming out tons of units and fighting on behalf of both of them.
Goopy's going to lose some mexes here on the north and an engineer.
Yeah, it's being completely cleaned up by Teddy. He's really putting Goopy under a lot of pressure there, but Goopy's got a relief force coming in.
I think TaQ's trying to basically walk his comm into the base here to just do as much damage as possible. He's got some raider units coming to back him up against the Roccos.
It's worth bearing in mind that Rocco's attack animation is so slow and the projectile's so slow that they're actually very poor at fighting a commander. TaQ took almost no hits there whatsoever. If those had been Hammer Thuds... Yeah. Well, he's got to be careful, especially as he gets closer.
He's in the red.
Yeah, what's going on with his commander, though?
His entire base. Yeah. There we go. He's still not... Oh, there we go. His base is gone.
Yeah. So we now have MasteBel's commander and Teddy's the only... Oh, Goopy lost his commander at the same time.
That's off.
Massive advantage.
Tell his players to stop doing this. I can't track 2 players blowing up at the same time at different points of the map.
Moments later. Teddy is instantly starting the reclaim process.
And he's also building a factory right outside of TaQ's base.
He is, but does he have the economy to support it properly? Well, it's to replace his old factory, I suppose, so yes.
Yeah,
I mean, he currently has three mexes, so he has the same amount as he started with, basically.
He's stopped building that. A bit of reclaim before finishing off the base.
Yeah, that is strange. Strange to leave it like that. He might be sort of thinking, oh, you know what, let's just try comm trading, but he must realise the other commander's the other side of the map.
It is getting pretty
That's a good reason why you don't build metal converters or energy converters right at the front of your base. TaQ made a bit of a blunder there, I feel.
Yeah, anything explosive, generally you want to keep to the back of your base.
Yeah.
And that includes solar collectors and wind generators and that. Interestingly, TaQ's energy. They're out in blocks, but he hasn't put any space between them. Is this just generally something we see with players? Because there are shortcut keys so you can actually draw out boxes and have them spaced out. Is it that it's just not worth it because of the extra time the commander has to, or the constructor has to walk in order to build all those, or is that just it's like, oh, it's another control key, I haven't got time to remember that.
It's
more the fact. Sorry, go ahead, Ty.
I was going to say it's probably a combination of walking time and space, because it's not a big map. Look at the space between Teddy and TaQ's bases. They're almost bumping into each other now. TaQ has a lot more wind generators in the same amount of space that Teddy would, and by spacing up the blocks, though you'll lose some of your wind if they AoE them, you're not going to lose all of your wind. So it's not perfectly safe, but it's safe enough while having a lot of benefits on the other side of it.
Oh dear, MasteBel's lost his factory again.
Yes, I fear that this is going to be game at this stage.
It's definitely looking like an all-in for MasteBel.
But at the same time, there's not much here stopping them pushing into TaQ's base.
There's a beamer, several light laser turrets, and the factory itself. Look at the metal differences in the top right-hand corner of the income charts. They're jumping a bit because of Reclaim, but overall, there's a 5k metal advantage to the West team, 21 versus 16k metal produced over the course of this game. That's huge.
There's a vicious battle going on in the north at the moment.
That's it for yellow.
Yeah, Goopy has almost no defenses in his base, so if Teddy does manage to push in, they're going to take out that factory. And MasteBel's commander's having to retreat again. He's leaving behind all of that reclaim for Teddy and TaQ.
He's about to get sandwiched here as well between all of Teddy's units. So
fantastic move by Teddy there.
Yeah, this is almost certainly game. Teddy spreading out his peewees very well to minimise D-gun splash, but also to get that flank bonus, because if you surround your enemy, you can get a nice little bonus to your damage. That said, those are some superb D-guns.
D-guns, yeah.
That was brilliant, yeah.
Yeah. The Shocks game, so the Shocks, I just saw his name as the last one there, they are literally loading into